Good afternoon, sir.
Yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon. Okay, let me start today's class because we don't have much time. Okay, shall we
Sir,
start?
please start, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
I'm sharing the screen. Yes, hope you can see this PPT presentation. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please see what is. Please don't disturb. Uh, just I'll give a last 5 or 6 minutes of time. If you have any any doubts, we can have a discussion at that time. Okay. So up to now we got 93 participants, a good number. So let us start. Hope everyone is safe at home. Okay. So be safe and act like a matured one. Okay, let us start our session today. Innovation management. I think I have started this introduction to some of one section, but today we have a different section also. Let me start innovation management again. So the innovation management, innovation, the meaning is in simple, if you want to say about the innovation, it's called a new, right? In general terms, if you want to say about the innovation, we call it as the new. Okay, then what is innovation management means? Whatever the new you are bringing to your organization, whatever the new you are bringing to your product, whatever the new you are bringing to your process, whatever the new you are bringing for your organizational structure. Okay, so if we are want to manage that, why we have to manage means, of course we have to manage just to earn profits. Okay, so that's what we can say the meaning of the innovation management, why the subject is here, why MBA students are studying means, because nowadays, so without innovation, without bringing new, we can't face the customers, we can't bring the customers, we can't increase our sales, we can't increase our profits, we can't increase our structure. So innovation management, purely we can say, it's not restricted to one area. Okay, don't think that innovation management is restricted to this R&D, or innovation management is only restricted to marketing, or innovation management is only restricted to this area. Innovation management, it's totally, what you say, we are going to include all these innovations in all the areas of our organization. Okay, now let us go to the next slide, that is what is innovation. Okay, so please don't write anything on the screen. Okay, what is an innovation? So what is an innovation? See, if you see here in simple thing, before going to the definition of the innovation, let us have the meaning of the innovation. So it is an idea, okay, practice or object that is perceived as new. Before starting the session, I said that innovation is a new. Okay, so maybe it's an idea, okay, maybe it's a practice, or maybe it's an object as a new by individual or other unit of adoption. See, if you see the next line also, maybe it's a new knowledge also, use of the new knowledge to offer you new product or service that customers want. Okay, if you want to provide any new service to the customer, any new product to the customer, or then we call it as the, what do you say, innovation only. Okay. Yes. See now, if you see a simple thing, innovation, we have here highlighted one line: invention plus commercialization. As I already said, that managing innovation, managing the new things is for the profits only. Okay, so whatever the profits, whatever the organization do, of course we commercialize that. Okay, so their intention is to commercialize. So whatever the invention you have plus commercialization, we call it as the innovation. So coming to the definition of the innovation, after the meaning, innovation is the search for and the discovery, development, developed, improvement, adoption and commercialization of new processes, new products and new organizational structures and procedures. See, before starting the class, just now I said that new means maybe the process, maybe the product, maybe in your organizational structure, maybe the procedures like policies, etc. and etc. Whatever the new you do, we call it as the innovation. Okay, so here the definition is very clear. The definition is very clear. So what is that? Innovation is the search for and the discovery, developed, whatever the discovery means, whatever you are finding, whatever you are finding you want to develop and improve. Whatever the development improvement, day by day you have to improve, not to restrict to one thing only. Okay, adopted whatever the policy, whatever the process, whatever the product, whatever the procedures you have implemented, you have to adopt. And of course commercialization, okay, of new processes, new products and new organization structures and procedures. So we call it as the innovation. If you see the next slide, so if you see the innovation, it's an intersection. See, if you see the Venn diagram, so Venn diagram consists of here three circles we have. So if you see, if you want to keep this innovation in the Venn diagram, so then what we can say is innovation is what is desirable, what is possible, and what is viable. See here, very, very simple. We can say what is desirable to users. Who are called as the users here? Maybe the employees. If you see, speak in the organizational point of view, okay. Maybe the customers. Okay, whatever the procedure you are following, whatever the organizational structure you are taking, whatever the new product you are going to implement, so that should be desirable to the users. Because whatever the innovation you are finding, whatever the new thing you are bringing should make the process easy and also minimize the cost, and also profit should be increased. So we are using the word called desirable. Okay, for example, if you are bringing a new product into the market, the customers are not going to use that product, okay, and they are not satisfied their desire, then your innovation goes vain. So what is desirable to users? So that is very important. And next one is what is possible with technology. Yes, of course, in innovation nowadays mainly, okay, nowadays mainly, so without technology we are not finding anything every time. So technology is necessary. So what is possible with technology? So wherever you are sitting now, around you, if you see, there is something new. Okay, when compared with the past, when compared with the past, there will be something new. Okay, and then what is viable in the marketplace? What is mean by viable here? Okay, what is available, or what is competitive, or what is what is say which can be go with the marketplace, maybe the target customers, maybe the consumers, maybe the segmentation and everything. So innovation here we can see here the in the combination of these: desirable, possibility, and viability. Okay, in simple thing. Coming to the next slide, moving to the next slide. Okay, so a very important one, that is a characteristics of innovation, means characteristic of new or invention plus commercialization. So yes, see, if you see, there is an object or target which is being changed. Yes, of course. See here, what do you mean by object? Maybe the product here, but what is a target here? So maybe sometimes you want to change the process. Maybe sometimes you want to change the organizational structure. Maybe you want to change some policies, some procedures. So maybe the target. So the first characteristic of innovation is that there will be some target. There will be some target for anything. So let me tell you what is the process from the starting of the PPT presentation. I'm telling you what is the process. I think I have already said you in the class. So in the past, whenever you when you want to deposit a money in your bank, okay. So whenever you want to deposit in a bank, the first thing is you have to stand in a queue. You have to take a so paper. You have to write whatever the amount you have to write, okay. And also all the denominations you have to write, and you have to give to the officer. Then he will do the. See, it's a process. Now later on, so people thought that, so we have want the target is they want to change the process. They want to bring something new later. So they brought many things. Now, if you see in 2020, you're sitting at a home and just transferring money to your friend in fraction of seconds, or also in minutes, maybe in IMPS or RTGS, whatever. So it's a process change. The target is here the process. Of course, with the use of technology, as before slide we have came to know that it will be possible only with the technology. It's coming to the second point in the characteristics of innovation. It can be a product. See again, the repetitions, if you see here, it can be a product, a process, an individual's lifestyle, an organization strategy, a society culture. So the target, so it's a continuation. The target may be a product, a process, individual lifestyle, okay, organizational strategy, and a society culture too. Okay, next one is a connection. Sorry, innovation vary in extent or magnitude. Magnitude means length. Okay, that is a degree to which one deviates from the past. Exactly. Innovation means whatever the past you are, okay, updating yourself using whatever the process you are using, diverting from that process and using the new one, what we call it as the innovation. Okay, that is one characteristic. It is closely related to problem solving. Of course, it is closely related to problem solving. This innovation, why we bring always a new thing is because because we are going to solve some problem. As the same example, if you take regarding the banking example, okay, what is the problem here? There is no time to the customers to stand in a queue. Okay, so that is a problem. Main problem is that. A second thing is we have to, as a green management, we have to reduce the paperwork. Okay, that is one problem. And also, as day to day the population is increasing, customers are increasing, so the footfall of that customer should be reduced. It means we should not allow all the customers to come inside and they have to do this. So this is also one problem. So through innovation, what we are going to do is we are going to solve some problem. Since generation and implementation of ideas for change never transpire without difficulty. Yes. So the last one, the characteristic of innovation is a final characteristic is the impact of the change, the significance of range of its effects. Is what is innovation is yes, so sometimes you can say the innovation management and the change management, sometimes we can relate these two. Okay, we can relate these two. So because there will be an impact of change. For example, if you are changing a process in the organization, all the organization people, all the employees have to adopt that change. For example, a new technology you are going to implement, then every employee in the organization has to adopt that. So these are all the some characteristics of what do you say, innovation. So going to the next slide, difference between innovation and invention. So not much needed. Let us go with a very fraction of seconds. And however, I'm going to share this PPT presentation with your head of the department so that they will post in your what do you say, groups, respective groups. But see, so what is invention and what is innovation? Just in a few minutes we'll go. It's a creation of new product, service, or process, and it is introduction of new product, service, or process into the marketplace. Yes, may not be commercialized invention, but innovation, of course, we are doing for commercialization only. So it can be autonomous or induced. Autonomous or induced means so invention can be controlled by the people who invented. Okay, any changes. But here innovation is usually induced. Usually induced means it will be in the other hands. Okay, so usually induced. Coming to the can be for economic or non-economic motive. Maybe sometimes innovation is a economic or non-economic motive, but coming to the innovation, it's 100% economic motive. Okay, next one is usually restricted R&D center, that is a research and development center. The innovation is restricted to only R&D center. Okay, but innovation, it's a spread across the organization as we are considering everything, organization structure and everything into the consideration. Coming to the invention, may bring few changes in organization, brings organizational change. As I already said that innovation management is something very nearly related to change management. Okay, next one is a precedes what is say innovation and succeeds invention. Yes, after invention the innovation comes, and here it is before the innovation it's the invention. Okay, coming to the next slide, a very important slide, why innovate. Okay, so why the new things we bring. Yes, as I already said that first one is a desirable. We have to satisfy the customers. Okay, we have to update ourselves, we have to compete with the competitors. Okay, whatever the market is there, so we have to compete with that market, so we bring the new thing. Let us see, we kept in the three things. If you see, it's like a turbulence. Okay, so all are interconnected. Why this figure representation not in the Venn diagram? I can't say it is interdependent, we can say interconnected. One thing is If one thing is moved, the other thing moves. If other thing moves, the other one moves. So we can say it's interconnected. Okay. See, if you see here, the first one, if you see, the organizational prepare themselves to innovate on the continuous basis. Okay. Yes, every organization nowadays or before, whatever, they will not stop, or they will not end with, or not at all satisfy with only with one process or one product, whatever they have today. Okay, continuously. So every company do have a research and development, do have the research and development, because so they every day they what say day to day, so they go and survey the market and what the customer needs, what the competitors are going to update themselves, how can we satisfy the customers, everything they are going to take into the consideration. And what they are going to do is a continuous basis, they are going to prepare themselves to innovate something. Okay. Yes, that will be, otherwise their survival change are seriously threatened. 100% true. If you are not changing, or if you are not innovating, or if you are not bringing any new things, okay, into your organization, your survival is very seriously threatened. Okay, because your competitors are going to update themselves. Okay, so your competitors are going to update themselves, then what happened here? Okay, then you are coming to the next one is a rapidly changing economy, a turbulent and a rapidly changing economy. What do you mean by rapidly changing economy? Yes, if you see the economy, how it is rapidly growing and of course sometimes affecting. Okay, so for this also, for the marketing, why innovation is, we have to continuously adopt the new things based on the market, based on the competitors, based on the customers desires. And otherwise the economy will affect you, and also you will be affected by the economy, or otherwise you will not survive in the market, you will not survive anymore. Okay, so that is why the innovation. Okay, next one is goals of innovation. Yes, of course it's a general topic only, so we can understand, but I'll read of improving quality. Yes, of course, why you are bringing new means you want to improve your quality. Creation of new markets, extension of the product range means any modifications, any bringing of new things, or any changes, or any of in your product. And if you are changing that, we call it as the extension of the product range. Reducing labor cost. Yes, as I already said that if you are going to increase, what is say, your technology, your process innovation, so the labor cost is going to decrease. Okay, improving production process, because what do you mean by production process? In a certain time, if you are producing 100 products, because of this technology, because of adopting new things, you may produce in the same time of a 200 or 300 of same products, so that the process may increase. And reducing materials, yes, reducing waste, and also reducing the materials. And of course reducing environmental damage is a pollution. Next, replacement of products and services, reducing energy consumption, the machineries, power, etc. and etc. Water, energy, and everything can be reduced. And the last one is a conformance to the regulations. Okay, so these are all the goals of innovation. Please go through this when I share this. The next very important topic is sources of innovation. Okay, so what do you mean by sources of innovation here? Okay, the sources of innovation come across is see, if you see, I have given only 4 things. So uh, which motivate us to innovate means, I'm speaking about the organizational point of view. The first one, organizational structure. And the next one is long tenure in management and slack resources, inter-unit communications. Okay, these are the some sources of innovation where, so what the people do is, so these 4 people are, sorry, not, I can't say 4 people here. The 4 things are 4 elements, I can say, where we can get the sources to get innovated. Okay, the first one is organizational structure. Yes, you know what is organizational structure in your organizational behavior classes. In your first sem, you have come across what is organizational structure. Okay, it is a hierarchy. Okay, or it is a process to flow in your organization, how the work should flow from the top to the bottom, or from bottom, whatever the organizational structure you adopt. Okay, see here, organic structures positively influence innovation, as there is lower vertical differentiation, formalization, centralization, organic organizational facility to flexible adoption and cross fertilization. Okay. Yes. See here, the first one itself it is telling organic structure positively influence innovation. Okay. Because whatever the innovation you are going to get, so that will be the positive thing only. Okay. Long tenure in management. What do you mean by long tenure in management means? So manager tenure apparently provides the intimacy and knowledge of how to accomplish a task and obtain a desired outcomes. Okay. See here, for example, always what management thing is. Okay. Always management think that yes, they have to accomplish or they have to get the outcomes with minimum cost. So that is the main thing they are focused. Okay. Maybe at the introduction stage, the cost may high, but going on, what happened here is the cost is going to reduce. The cost is going to reduce. So for that, the innovation comes. We need new. So they focus on the new things. And also slack resources. Slack resources is the abundance of the resources. Okay. So abundance of the having an abundance of resources allow an organization to afford a purchase innovation. If you have much of resources, yes, I have good resources. I have good resources. If you have good resources, you will get motivated. Yes, we have to go with the new things. As we have the resources, we have to go with the new things. And the inter-unit communications means communicating interly means innovative organizations, some committees, a task force, cross-functional teams, and etc. and etc. They used to get interacted and they get some ideas for the changes. Okay, so these are the some sources of innovation, and the next very important topic is types of innovations. Okay, so please keep in mind that the types of innovations are very important question for your examination point of view also. So here, of course, we have many inventions for many innovations, but I kept into very simple. That is a one. That is a product and process innovation, open and closed innovation. Next one is incremental and radical innovation, and the second one is modular and architectural innovation. Okay, let me speak the first one. Very simply, we speak about the product and process innovation. See, I'm making it very easy. I'm not going to have a typical one. What is the product innovation and what is process innovation is? I already said that product innovation is if you are bringing a new product to your organization, or if you are bringing any new thing to your world, or if you are adding some new feature to your product or any modification to your product, we call it as the product innovation. Okay, coming to the process innovation. What is process innovation? Yes, the method of producing that product. Okay, the method of the production. If you are improving, if you are changing with the minimum cost, with a low cost, and also the production, what is say, the productivity is increasing, then we call it as the process innovation. So these two comes across very related to that, what we call as a product and process innovation. If you see the graphical representation, okay, I have on the x-axis I have taken three phases. We call as a fluid phase. The next one is a transitional phase, and the third one is a specific phase. And the y-axis I have taken the rate of major innovations. What do you mean by rate of major? Is yes. See here, if you see the process innovation and the product innovation, two things. Let us first you see in the y-axis. Okay, if you see in the y-axis, always a product innovation will be given higher priority. Okay, because with the same process, okay, with the same process, with the same machinery, with the same method, adding some features every time, some increasing or doing packing or the different, we call it as a product innovation. Because change of process is some difficult task than change in some changes in the product. So always every organization will give a rate of major innovation in the product. So on the y-axis, if you see, it is at a higher priority, and the next level is the process, and the next level is the process. But as go on, okay, at the fluid stage it is there. Okay, at the fluid stage it is okay. Coming to the after some time, if you move like this, at one point both the product innovation and the process innovation get interacted. Okay, get interconnected in what is say. So they met at one point. After that, then the product innovation goes down. Okay, then the priority for the process innovation comes into that. Okay, because if you get boredom with the say every time if you are changing the product, okay, so then sometimes we need to change the process also. Okay, then what happened here, then the process innovation come into the picture. So that is the process innovation it goes. It was Tejas, Tejas, yes. See, if you that is the transactional phase. Transactional phase here means because they get into the contact transactionally, and then the process will go to the higher priority. Then the product comes to the next priority. Product comes to the next priority at specific phase. At specific phase, if you see, okay, if you see both process innovation and product innovation travel parallelly. Okay, what do you mean by that? Traveling parallelly here means, okay, so the importance for both in a specific phase, okay, in a specific phase, the importance for both product innovation as well as the process innovation, it will get very important. So these are the product and process innovation. Just keep in mind that product and process innovation means a product is bringing something new to the world, bringing something new product into the firm or any modification to your product. Process is the method of production. You are finding a different method of production to increase the productivity to minimize the cost. Okay. The next type of innovation, okay, is a open and closed innovation. See, it's a very simple thing. Okay, so if you see in the open and closed innovation, let us the first one represents closed one, the second one represents the open one. The upper one represents the closed model for innovation, the second one represents the open model for innovation. Okay, if you see here in the closed model for innovation, we are developing a concept with the ideas or whatever. Okay, and the project starts, okay, maybe it is a product or maybe it is a process, whatever, I'm not there. But there are the two innovations here. The another type of innovations we are speaking is open and closed innovation. The open and closed innovation, what we are doing here is the concept development will be there. After that, the concept we are going to froze, means whatever we have developed, yes, we are going to fix that, then we are going to implement in the market. See here, so if you observe the figure representation of the closed one, okay, concept is developed, we are going to froze that concept, we are going to implement in a sequence manner. Okay, so then you'll get to understand very clearly. Coming to the open model, what is open model is, concept is a developing, concept development means it is development, and of course, and of course in parallelly, here it is developing, in parallelly we are going to implement that in the market also for the success or not. Okay, see what is happening, what is the difference here between the closed and open here is, in the closed, concept is developed, okay, then froze, uh, just a minute, concept is developed, in closed concept is developed, then we have froze, means we have fixed this, then implementation. But here concept is developing, we are in the development stage, whatever the concept we are developing, in parallelly we are implementing that, we are implementing that, then what happened here, so we are implementing in the market. See, so which one is the best one means, we can't say the best one, but to my point of view, always we can consider the open model for innovation. Why? Because see, the concept whatever you are developing, so in parallel with you are going to implement, so that you can know the flaws. Okay, you can know the any faults in your implementation or in your concept, then you'll get the feedback maybe from the competitors or maybe from your customers, maybe from your employees, etc and etc, then modifications can be done, because the parallel things is going to happen. So that is what innovation is, because here open model, whatever the market is necessary, whatever the customers is necessary, whatever the employees need, that we are going to do that. So that is what we say open and closed innovation. Coming to the next one, what is the next one is it's the thing is incremental innovation. Okay, so what do you mean by incremental innovation? The name itself it is telling. Okay, the name itself it is telling incremental innovation. Incremental innovation means innovating or bringing the new things, okay, from first stage to the next stage. And the figure representation also if you see, okay, the figure representation also if you see, so it is incremental. Okay, whatever the statistics you are showing or whatever the arrow marks it is showing, okay, it is one stage, second stage, third stage, fourth stage. See here, this type of innovative incremental innovation sometimes very important, where we can see what is financially that company is very low. Okay, here is improving inherent process inputs to achieve higher output. Okay, so we can see in the incremental innovation every time, yes, today we are going to improve this, means today means so this year or this time, so next time what we have to improve, what we have to, based on that incremental innovation will be happen. Okay, and the next one is coming to the incremental, next one is a radical. Okay, see what is a radical innovation? The name itself is links, it's a radical. Okay, here the graphical representation if you see on the x-axis and the y-axis, on the x-axis we have taken a time period and the y-axis the performance of that innovation whatever we have innovated. Okay, see here if you see low quality use, middle quality use, high quality use. Okay, what do you mean by low quality use? Low quality use is the performance is low, the performance is low. Okay, the performance is low with of course with the time period. What is medium quality is the performance is something good than the low. Then what is high quality use is of course with that time, with the same time the performance is high, means whatever the method you are taking with the same time the performance of that machinery of the performance of that innovation will be high. So that what we call it as the high quality. Okay, and the most demanding use also. Okay, and descriptive technology if you see one line it is coming like this. Okay, if you see here the line, the first whatever it is going to connect here is okay, maybe from the down it is going, so it is cutting, the line is cutting both the high quality use and most demanding is at extent level. Okay, so always high quality use, a radical innovation should be always means it should be most demanding use, and of course the time whatever we are for example whatever the time we are doing and the performance should be high. Just coming to the next one is a very simple one, that is a modular and architectural innovation. In simple thing with the figure representations only we kept that. What is the architectural innovation? Architectural innovation is a change in product structure. Simple thing, change in product structure. Whatever the product you are bringing. Okay, see if you see mobile phone with the keypad, mobile phone with the touch, same company. Okay, whatever. So if you see the Samsung mobile with the keypad, Samsung mobile with the touch, we are changing based on the customer's needs and want, that innovation. Okay, modular innovation. So modular innovation is a model change. Okay, change in component technology. What do you mean by change in component technology here? Okay, that is a see if you see the steam engine car. Okay, steam engine car. Yes, who is number 111 section B? Don't do noise. Okay, yes, steam engine of a car. Okay, that steam engine of car is converted to the fuel engine of car. So that is a change in component. So you are innovating same model. Car will be the same, but you are going to change the component. See here in the architectural innovation, totally the structure of the phone you are going to change. So these are all the some types of what do you say? We can say the types of innovations, very important types: radical innovation, architectural and modular change, product and process, and the next one is incremental one. Okay, all these are the some different types. The next one is a very important topic. Another one is so innovation process. Okay, how the process of innovation things. So simple things. See, the steps are very easy. The steps are very easy. Okay, recognizing or scanning the environment, aligning the overall business strategy and proposed innovation, acquiring technology from outside. You are going to acquire technology from outside, generating technology in-house, exploring and selecting the most suitable response to the environment, executing and implementing innovation, learning lessons for improvement, developing the organization. So innovation process. See here we have 8 steps in the process. Okay, we can't say interconnected here, but it follows. It follows. First one is recognizing or scanning the environment. What do you mean by environment here? Maybe the internal environment or external environment. Okay, if you want to change any organization structure, we have to scan the internal. If you want to implement a new product into the market, you have to go with the external. Okay, you know what are the elements comes in internal as well as the external. You have already studied in the last classes. Okay, so based on that, we have to scan, recognizing or scanning the environment. Okay, yes, after scanning that, what is the possibility of innovation? Okay, what will be the possibility of implementation? We have to find. For that, again, aligning the overall business strategy and proposed innovation. Based on that scanning, whatever the possibility is there, what we have to do is we have to take align the whatever the possibility business strategy. Okay, of course, whatever the innovation that should align with the objectives, that is organizational objectives, and we have to propose the innovation. Next one is acquiring technology for outside. Yes, whatever the innovation you have proposed, okay, whatever the innovation you have proposed, then is any technology is needed to that, then acquire the technology from the outside. From the outside means from the market. Okay, buy that technology. Next, generating technology in house. Yes, whatever the technology you are going to adopt, okay, that technology you have to adopt in such a way that that should be useful to your organization. So you have to generate that technology in house. Next one is exploring and selecting the most suitable response to the environment. Now whatever you proposed the innovation, you have to explore that, because organization is not you. Okay, it is a combination of many things. So we have to explore and select the most suitable responses to the environment, and whatever they, so we have to take, okay, by the responses. And now after getting that responses and the feedback, we have to execute and implement the innovation. Okay, we have to execute that innovation and implement the innovation, if it is an organization or if it is the outside. Next, learning lessons for improvement. After implementation, okay, don't be calm. Okay, you should not be calm that yes, we have implemented, we brought some innovation. We have to learn some lessons for the improvement. And the next one is so that the organization will develop. So these are the some steps in the innovation process. Okay, so these are the 8 steps in the innovation process, very important one. And then see next, if you see how the innovation occurs at 3 levels. Okay, so then let us see